A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a stunning turn of events, the BBC has announced the resignations of its CEO Deborah Turness and Director General Tim Davie, following a scandal involving a misrepresentation of a speech by former US President Donald Trump. The controversy erupted after the BBC's Panorama aired a segment that was accused of editing Trump's speech to imply he supported the January 6th Capitol riots. This has led to widespread criticism and calls for accountability within the organization. Turness, who took over as CEO in 2022, expressed her pride in the BBC's journalism but acknowledged that the ongoing fallout from the Panorama segment was damaging the institution she deeply cares about. In her resignation letter, she stated, "The buck stops with me," emphasizing the need for leaders in public life to be fully accountable for their actions. The criticism of the documentary was detailed in a leaked internal memo, which raised concerns about bias within the BBC and its coverage of various issues, including the Israel-Gaza conflict. The memo, attributed to Michael Prescott, a former independent advisor to the BBC's Editorial Standards Committee, suggested that the BBC had failed to address systemic problems of bias in its reporting. This incident has sparked a broader debate about the integrity of the BBC and its role in providing impartial news coverage. Davie, who has been at the helm since 2020, faced mounting pressure over accusations of bias and mismanagement. He stated, "While not being the only reason, the current debate around BBC News has understandably contributed to my decision," acknowledging that mistakes had been made during his tenure. Political leaders in the UK have expressed hope that these resignations will lead to meaningful changes within the BBC. The situation has also drawn reactions from Trump, who welcomed the resignations and criticized the BBC for what he termed doctoring his speech. The resignations mark an unprecedented moment in BBC history, as it is rare for both the Director General and Head of News to leave their positions simultaneously. As the BBC prepares for an orderly transition, the future of the organization remains uncertain. The new leadership will face the challenge of restoring public trust and addressing the criticisms that have emerged in recent months. The BBC's chairman, Samir Shah, described the day as sad for the BBC, but reiterated the board's support for Davie throughout his tenure. The resignations come at a critical time as the BBC navigates its funding and regulatory duties ahead of the upcoming Royal Charter Review, which will shape its future. The need for trusted news and high-quality programming has never been more essential, and the BBC's new leadership will have to work diligently to ensure that the organization can adapt to the changing media landscape while maintaining its commitment to impartiality and excellence in journalism. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.